name is Optimus Prime. We are autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron.
Hey, what's going on? This is Hannibal the Beat Animal, 1/3 of Monty and the Mongoose's Little Show, and you're listening to M-Hog Podcast.
I'm so high, Bumblebee yellow, latest Camaro, Ricky smiling on you youngins, these little Darryls be looking at me funny like servers in Cracker Barrel, bringing death to these haters, then raise them in life apparel. So don't transform or you may need bone marrow transplant. USC me, Coach Carroll, see how can another.
And we're back. Welcome to the MHOG Podcast. I'm your host, Wade, and my computer is broken, so Adam's using his.
Yes! I don't know what else to say.
That was a great lead in.
Wait, hold on. We got Hannibal, and I gotta take back that yes and do it properly.
Do it properly.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
That was Monty.
Yeah. We got, we have, well, let's introduce Rum for Rum. I'm sorry, go on.
That's all right. I'm Rum.
Sorry.
So it's kind of anticlimactic at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. I just have to explain that because we have Hannibal the Beat Animal on.
That's right.
From Monty and the Mongoose's Little Show. And the thing is, our audience, we were on their show just before the Full Metal Prom. But y'all haven't been, Monty's always like, you want to do our show? Yes.
Let me know.
Yeah,
all right, we'll get it together.
Right on it. And the thing is, I'm sorry.
No, that's Monty. And then it's like, you be like, oh yeah, hey Monty, I want to do this thing. He's like, yes, let me know. And then you let him know, and then you don't hear from him. Right. That's it. So.
And what our audience doesn't know, because Monty hasn't been on here, is that Monty is the Black Ed McMahon.
Yeah, he is. That is right. He is exactly that.
He gives checks of millions of dollars away to people and shows up at their house with balloons?
No, he's like the yes man. Everything.
Yes.
If Ed McMahon and the Predator were like one, then it would be Monty.
Or if they just had a baby.
Well,
that would be really weird since Ed McMahon's dead.
So is the Predator, technically.
Well, he moves around about as much as Monty does, so.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different predators, aren't there? I mean, it's a whole freaking
there's
race.
Sexual predators.
I
think there's a hockey team called the Predators.
Yep. There's a basketball team too, I think.
No,
that was the Raptors. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. They're dinosaurs.
That would be real awesome if there was a hockey team called the Sexual Predators. They would be like the best worst team that would make me start watching hockey again.
Aren't all hockey teams?
That sounds like a music group, doesn't it?
The Sexual Predators?
Yeah. Sexual Predators.
Yeah, they should be like a ska band at that. Like, it should be like something that doesn't quite represent their name is what they should be. You know what I'm saying? Like a klezmer music band, the Sexual Predators.
Well, every time I've watched any minute of hockey, which is mostly the Mighty Ducks, all they are is like people slamming into each other against glass. And I figure at some point somebody had to feel anally violated. Like somebody just had to be impacted.
You can't control the stick in that situation. You don't know where the stick goes.
It depends on what stick you're talking about too.
Either or. I mean, if it's a hot,
yeah.
But
I mean, if
hopefully they're wearing a cup and you don't feel that stick.
Well, you never know. They might be free.
That's a brave hockey player not wearing a cup.
They could be free balling that day. Who knows?
Free balling.
That's my favorite Tom Petty song of all time. Free balling.
Hell yeah.
It hurts after a while though. You don't want to do it too long.
You get chafed.
Well, so Hannibal, you are a man of many faces for sure. You're known for your masks.
I brought 3 of them with me just because I was like, we're Skyping, so let me bring a couple masks with me. And then it was like, oh yeah, but we're not doing video. So it's a phone call, but on Skype.
You can tell us
that uses my data.
Yeah, you can put on a mask and tell us what you're wearing.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I got on. Well, my normal walking around mask is like a latex version of the Bane mask from Dark Knight Rises. So it's easy to slip on. And I can talk in it. Like, I got some masks that I really, really like wearing, but then it's like if I wear my normal, like the normal Hannibal mask is actually a variation of the bass player's mask from Slipknot. So it's like a full-faced leather mask with the mouth guard like the Hannibal Lecter mask.
Nice.
Right?
Okay, cool.
And, it's cool, but it's dark, so it doesn't really take well pictures. You know what I'm saying? So I have like a few lighter masks. Like my next mask is going to be an LED Punisher mask that I found online. They only sell the damn things in Denmark, and it's like $350. So I'm trying to get that for my birthday in October. So my birthday always falls right before Halloween, so I'm gonna get all my friends to get together and say, hey guys, I need this mask. So that could be the next one.
Any of our listeners in Denmark, if you'd like to help out with the mask,
just send it one. Come on.
Yeah, send them one. I mean, you're probably getting it in Denmark for like $2.95.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, what do they use in Denmark? Do they use the euro or do they use ruples or?
I think they're doing euros right now. I thought they used to be Deutschmark.
Yeah. It used to be Deutschmark.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
I think everything is euros now.
Unfortunately, it's falling.
Yeah.
Look
at that. We had us a brief moment where we talked about geopolitical economics, and then all of the talk.
We were like, man, that was deep shit.
I know. My brain went somewhere else. I apologize.
When you wear masks all the time, do your friends spend a lot of time trying to sneak up on you?
No, it absolutely never happens. Like when you wear a mask all the time, it's so surreal. It's like people ask me, like the number one question people ask me is, which mask is my, cause I have 60 masks. All right. Like I counted them. I have 60 masks, and people always ask me, the number one question is, which mask is my favorite mask to have sex in? That is the most popular question.
That's a good question.
Well, technically the question should be, which is your girlfriend's favorite mask?
Yeah, she doesn't really have much of a say in that matter. Like, it's...
Back to sexual predators.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, I kind of just, wear whichever one I'm feeling like wearing that day.
But what's your usual answer for that question?
I have 2 Obama masks, and I like to wear one of the Obama masks.
Like comedy and tragedy Obama, or what?
While making Obama, like, references during sex, like about, like, healthcare and, like, bringing out home, shit like that, so.
But we've
been together a year and we've had sex a lot, and it does not get old, man. I'm just still, every time I enjoy it. It's like the pull my finger joke. It's like a classic, but it works. So I just.
Have you ever looked at her in the Obama mask and said, I'm sorry, young lady, but tonight there's not going to be any condoms included in this healthcare bill?
Or if you get on top, do you yell at after the summit?
Condoms. That's funny.
He's like, the only thing I cover up is one on my shoulders.
But in a way, don't we all wear masks?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's so I tell people, like, I became Hannibal totally by accident. Like, I started wearing it like every once in a while, and then it just kind of became more than that. Now I just wear masks all the time.
That's cool. And what do you do for a living?
When I'm, okay, this is kind of an unfair question because I could tell you guys the truth, but then it would suck because then, like, there's gonna be
do know where you work.
I'll go ahead and say it. I'll say it, but it's just like, I actually work, at Phillips Arena in downtown Atlanta. So I work where
cool.
Play basketball. But
very cool.
Nobody there knows that I'm Hannibal. So it's like, they'll be like, oh, you're on Facebook? You on Instagram? I was like, no.
Well, Hannibal, I can totally relate to that because no one in my family has any idea that I do podcasts. Like, nobody knows. Like, they most of them have seen the Buck Lightning account, but they have no clue what I do in my days and nights.
What do they think, you're a ham operator or something?
They think I like ham.
I was about to say, the only ham he's operating is on a sandwich.
By the way, when I heard you tell the story about your coworker who got to see Katy Perry naked, Wayne and I decided that we're going to work for you.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Yes.
Is it okay? So sometimes during concerts, sometimes during concerts, like like where the part of the building that I work in,
has peepholes.
Yeah, it's no, it's just sometimes when people are getting dressed during concerts, like where the staging area is, like they don't have time to run back to the dressing room because the dressing room is a little ways away from where the stage is. So it would take them too long. So what they'll do is just get dressed in like a hallway right by the stage. And as it just turned out for Katy Perry, there was like little to no security, and she was just completely naked. And it was just like every time I see this guy, we call him Long Hair Don't Care Jason. And whenever I see Long Hair Don't Care Jason, because we got a bunch of Jasons there, and he got long hair and he doesn't care. So, so it's like long hair.
Hello? Oh shit!
What happened?
Dang.
Oh, fuck me.
And I will always love you.
Sha-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na, bow. Sha-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na, bow. Sha-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na, bow.
And he's back!
I'm back.
He's back!
Man, you missed the musical interludes there. That was awesome.
And you had us all like worked up and shit, and all of a
That's
sudden
right.
you were like, and then
I had my pants
And
around
went
my
away.
ankles. I was waiting for Katy Perry.
I was like, this is a great story, and it went away. What the fuck?
It was going.
We tried to add to it, but it didn't do it justice.
No.
I'm sorry. I don't even know what happened. It was like the call was there, and then it wasn't there anymore.
I think it's because long-haired, what is his name? Long-haired?
Long hair, don't care.
Mike?
Jason?
Yeah, he fucked it up.
Oh, wait. Damn. Oh, it's trying to fuck.
Trying to fuck.
No, the fucking phone.
Trying to fuck.
This is
And he's
awesome.
back!
We're back again.
I got it. Okay. I figured out what I did. So apparently on my BlackBerry, like I can't minimize the Skype screen. It just it just ends Skype. Everything just so I have to just stay right on the screen. I can't browse the internet. I can't check my text messages.
You can't do
porn.
shit.
I ain't nothing. Nothing
why,
at all.
Damn you, BlackBerry.
That's why BlackBerry's going out of business.
You know what? Okay. Like in every other aspect, the BlackBerry rocks ass. It's just, in this one, it was just ass.
It sucks.
So.
All right, ready?
Mark.
Go with your story.
I don't, where was I? I don't remember.
You were
So
telling
long-haired Jason was looking through a glory hole.
Yeah.
By the way, I love that Rum thinks that they have peepholes at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta.
They don't.
Shit, they got a Pacific Arena in Pittsburgh. Why would they have them there?
Yeah, it's cool. Like working at Phillips Arena is kind of cool.
Oh!
What a tease. What a tease.
Oh, this is all going in there, by the way.
This is fucking crazy, dude.
Everybody listening, one time with us. What a tease.
I love this. Hannibal's an awesome guest, and then we keep getting. I think just add him. There he is again. All right.
All right, I think you're fucking with us at this point.
No, I didn't do it. I didn't do anything that time. The call was just gone. I just looked up and I just wasn't talking to anybody anymore.
I see what
I was just like,
maybe you got to stare at your screen.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, you're scaring it. Stop it.
Maybe your bosses are listening to this show and like really upset that you're telling this story.
It's like every time you're getting ready to say something.
Phillips Arena, and I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just like last week Microsoft had a conference at Phillips Arena, and they rented out the building for like a week. And they had like all these bigwigs come down. Steve Ballmer was there and shit. Bill Gates was there and shit, and they were all just talking about just various Microsoft things. They talked about how much money Xbox lost on the Xbox One because it was too expensive for regular people to buy.
Did they also talk about how glad they are that Steve Jobs is dead?
They didn't openly say that they were happy about it, but I did notice that some of the people from Microsoft Japan did have like Steve Jobs like coffin shirts on. You know what I'm saying?
You did notice the little grave site that they had put up that they danced upon on the stage.
Yeah,
I did notice. And in every Xbox title now, if you walk past a grave site, they'll have his name on a stone.
Yeah. I tell you what, man. there was like a lot of people here, for the conference that were from different, all different parts of the world, like Microsoft Iceland, Microsoft, Sweden, Microsoft Japan, fucking Brazil, Buenos Aires. There were like people from all over the place, and like Microsoft Johannesburg. And let me tell you, those motherfuckers are filthy. They're like the dirtiest, nastiest people I've ever seen in my life. Like, I want you to
ass and curry.
I want you to imagine a scenario where there's a water machine, like a water dispenser, like a Kentwood water machine, and then there's a giant trash can, and then there's another water machine, right? So it's like water cooler, trash can, water cooler, right? Right. These motherfuckers would like get like a burrito wrap or whatever, take a couple bites of it, and then just sit the wrap on top of the water machine. But there's a trash can sitting in between two water machines. Like, it was just like they were just throwing trash on the floor. This isn't like a banquet hall. This is Phillips fucking Arena, okay? This is like a really nice place to be at. It would just be like we at the New Orleans Arena, a Superdome, like any giant sporting event. These motherfuckers just were like biting shit, throwing it on the floor. Now, if you see that during a basketball game or like I was about to say a WNBA game, but there's nobody there to throw anything on the floor.
I didn't know they still existed, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I got a challenge for you right now. How people like doing like dumbass, challenges on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and shit like that. I got one. It's the WNBA challenge. See how fast you can name 5 teams in the WNBA.
Oh shit! All I know is Lisa Leslie's name.
I don't know any teams that like.
I don't even know she plays anymore.
The Sparks.
Yeah, the what now?
The Sparks.
Is that a real team, or did you make them up?
No, that's a real team.
That is not a real team.
It is a real team.
Actually.
No, that's the basketball team off of that stupid Joanna Man movie.
No, the Sparks, man. That's a real team.
See, somebody has to Google that.
The Mighty Ducks.
No, that's a hockey team.
The Time of the Month.
I was gonna say
the Outrage.
Summer's Eve.
The Not So Fresh. I don't know.
I got one. The I Don't Care Where We Eat You pick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's my favorite.
That's my favorite.
Actually.
Yeah.
The No Really. Go hang out with
to that team. The counter team to that is I picked last time.
Yeah. You're right. That is it. That's a good one. Oh my god.
These motherfuckers were absolutely filthy. They were just dropping trash everywhere. Like, so I had to stop my normal responsibilities and just get a team of guys together whose job it was. Mind you, we have people whose jobs it is just to go and pick up trash. I had to go grab a collection of people and just be like, hey, our task is just picking up the trash from the corner.
And you know what? That's exactly why they do it, especially when they're from other places like that. They're just, we're so-and-so and the help does this. That's how they do it.
Where were they from again?
Buenos Aires and
all those other
really?
places. Because they've got a bit of prestige now, so the help will do it. It's those people. Yeah. And you're going to find them in every culture. They're fucking entitled. They just think that everybody else is there to cater to them, so they can do. I'm surprised you didn't
speech out, and I'm gonna fucking post it on the internet in between, like, I don't know, pictures of like black people doing fucked up shit. No, it's gonna be like, it's just those people.
Different culture. I'm surprised you don't catch people just taking a dump in the middle of the hall and wiping their ass with like the tablecloth and then walking away.
We did at Katrina, but that was a whole different story.
I didn't. I was living on a farm.
I think that was just because you've been wanting to do that for a long time.
No, I mean, we had them do that at the Superdome. They shit in the hallways.
Well, they didn't have nowhere to go, to be fair.
Well, that's Patrick's Day in Savannah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Wait, everybody shit. I'm not fucking moving to Savannah. This shit ain't happening.
He really is upselling Savannah right now.
Saying because Savannah is invaded by all those people. Sometimes they just go, oh, look, there's like...
Those people?
Yeah, you hear him again now.
God damn, bro, what the
fuck? Those entitled people.
Yeah.
Don't put words in my mouth. I do that on my own.
Yeah, I know. Oh, he fucking zoomed out again.
That's all right. When he comes back, maybe we'll get to talk to him about his band.
Yeah.
Yes, start with the band because it can only last 30 seconds. Fucking...
It was back again.
Quick, before you fade out again, tell us about your band.
Yes.
All right, so I have a group that I manage and produce called the Bastards. It's they're Man, I always tell people they're like Linkin Park mixed with somebody else, but that's not really true. I always tell people they're like Linkin Park mixed with the Fugees, but they're like the Black Eyed Peas if the Black Eyed Peas said nigga a whole lot. Like, it was just, that's the best way how to just, that's the best way how to display. Oh, by the way, I have a video that I'm working on soon that's gonna be called The Difference Between Niggas and Ninjas. You know, cause like for a while it got real popular. People like, oh, what's up, my ninja? It's like, no, niggas and ninjas are two different things, alright? So just like, you know.
What is the main difference?
Well, alright, if you're a member of the League of Shadows, you're probably not a nigga. That's what I'm saying. That's how you can tell the difference. That's what it is. I mean, there might be some niggas in the League of Shadows. I don't know. Right. I just can't imagine who's accepting those applications and stuff like that. So that would be cool. I would love to see Black Dynamite in the League of Shadows. That might be badass. I'd like to see a pimp named Slipback, you know, in the League of Shadows. That might be cool as hell.
But, you know, being judgmental now. Hold on. Race would let in Ray and Little Joe.
Yeah, but that would think? Yeah.
I think so. I think Race doesn't care. I think Race, you know, as long as he gets to live forever, I think, you know, and I'm sure he slept with quite a few black women.
But I think our problem is,
he's probably got little interracial babies all over the place.
You know, they're going to start letting in people like the Wayans brothers, though.
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
You don't want that. There's no funny movie.
Well, wait. No, you let in Damon and Damon Jr.
Well, you know which Wayans brothers I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the real ones.
Look, Marlon.
I'm talking about Sean and Marlon. Those are the ones you don't want to let in.
Exactly.
Marlon was killed first.
I knew what you meant. I knew exactly what you meant.
Thank you.
But when did we as a culture decide that those two got to be the Wayans brothers?
Because that's what they were posted by.
Fuck them.
Yeah, that's how they promote themselves.
Yeah.
It's like they don't care about family. They're the Wayans brothers.
Who let them have those movies?
I guess the other brothers. They were like, man, we don't want to do this shit no more. Go ahead.
Some Jewish guy did.
You know, all I know is their mama made Keenan let them on In Living Color.
Yep.
And so their mother's to blame. If that woman is dead, I hope she burns in hell. Even Evan Damon doesn't make up for that shit.
You know what? I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that logic.
It was probably the same woman that let Jim Carrey on.
Well, you know, when he was on In Living Color, Jim Carrey was funny.
Yeah.
It was just when he got movies. Like, by the way, did anybody see the trailer for Dumb and Dumber 2 T.O.?
No. I didn't see the trailer.
Look, I'm not a fan of Dumb and Dumber, but I can at least appreciate why people find that funny.
Right.
This movie looks so bad. It's not. I mean, I can't even describe how. I think
this movie is just like when you're dealing with politics. It's all on name recognition. They're hoping to generate a buck.
Yeah, but
just from the title.
I've been waiting for this movie for, 15, 20 years?
Yeah.
Nobody is waiting on Dumb and Dumber after 15 years.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm all about it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, I have, like my production partner, Ace Wonder, is, like, if you ask his favorite movie of all time is Dumb and Dumber. And when he first heard about Dumb and Dumberer, he was very upset that Jeff Daniels was not in that movie.
Well, neither one of them were in that movie.
Well, no, but he was especially upset that Jeff Daniels was not in.
I don't understand why anybody is waiting on that. The first one was okay at best.
Come on, dude.
The people that are fans of that movie love that movie. They think it's just like Anchorman. Look, I think Anchorman's okay.
Yeah,
but the people that love Anchorman love Anchorman.
Right.
You know what? You know what it is about Anchorman is I guess I could see the thing with Dumb and Dumber. Then it's not that it's the movie that's great. It's the specific scenes in the movie that make the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's moments, not the movie. Like in Anchorman,
moments.
The frickin' fight scene in Anchorman.
Oh, that's the best part of the whole movie.
The sing along in the office with the after the cologne.
Afternoon delight.
Afternoon delight. Yeah, that's funny. The part where he's at the desk and he says and he changes her cue cards and she says, and I'm Tits McGee. That's funny. But after that, those 3 moments, the movie's crap.
You know what I think the funniest part of that movie was the credits when they were pulling out the shit that they screwed up.
Yeah.
And he said that San Diego was a whale's vagina. And I couldn't stop fucking laughing at that. They should have left that in the movie.
I just want to go back to something that Hannibal said a minute ago. So you're sitting with Ace Wonder, and he tells you that his favorite movie of all time is Dumb and Dumber. How do you respond to that?
It's weird because we've been doing music together for 16 years, right? And we met over a mutual love of Popeye's Chicken and Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
So
that's how me and Rum met.
That's the magic right there.
Yeah, and it was like, so it's like musically, like we get along great. Like we love like so much of the same shit. Like we love the same sports, the same teams, the same like all kind, like everything else is great. But it's like my best friend just likes shitty movies. Like he likes like a 90-minute comedy. Like that's what he wants. And I mean, there's always an exception here or there. Like believe it or not, he loves The Watchmen, loves Dark Knight. But like anything else, like he'll watch like a movie like Sin City and he'll be like, yo man, this movie is amazing. This is a dope ass piece of cinema. He's like, oh, awesome. So you liked it? No.
Well, here's the thing though. I understand the part where he likes that movie. And you know what, regardless of my taste and being different, I understand that part. But I'll put it to you this way. I had a customer in the store the other day over at BSI that walked in and he was like, did you guys see X-Men Days of Future Past? We were like, yeah. And he goes, that is the greatest movie of all time. That is the greatest movie in the history of cinema. There is nothing, and like this dude just goes off. He broke hyperbole with his description of how good this movie was. And when somebody comes to me and is like, Dumb and Dumber is the greatest movie of all time, I have questions. Not about whether or not you like that movie, but about what have you seen and how do you come up with that ranking?
No, I stopped dating a girl in college because her favorite movie of all time was Resident Evil 2. So
good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, and I was like, now mind you, you know, she's seen Shawshank Redemption, she's seen Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, she's seen E.T. and fucking Forrest Gump, she's seen, you know, The Sound of Music and fucking Fight Club, she's seen all these movies, and she was like, yeah, all those movies are really good, but Resident Evil 2 really speaks to my soul. I can't do
it. Wow, that is like probably the only person in the world that it hit on that level.
Yeah.
I guess not. They're on like Resident Evil 27 and a half, you know.
That's almost as bad.
And those are like sci-fi original movies anymore. I mean,
they're bad. They're bad.
They were like that to begin with.
It's like
Resident Sharknado.
Yeah, as if somebody fucking says that their favorite movies that you ever seen Hot Rod?
No.
Oh yeah.
Andy Samberg.
No, I haven't seen it, but I would laugh out loud if somebody told me that was their favorite movie of all time. I've seen the great movies.
All right, Hannibal, you're on the spot. What's your favorite movie?
Come on.
Pulp Fiction. I know my 1 through 9 without even breaking a sweat. It's Pulp Fiction, Fight Club, Memento, Snatch. And then like 5 through 9 get kind of wonky. It's like The Abyss, Terminator, Aliens. I got a James Cameron hard on. We'll talk about that later. It's actually Terminator 2. Labyrinth.
Yeah, Terminator 2 is good.
Labyrinth, David Bowie. What is it?
That's creepy.
Let's see, Abyss, Labyrinth, Terminator 2, Aliens. What am I forgetting? What did I forget?
Willy Wonka.
Apparently you lied. You can't just rattle off.
Yeah, what?
Okay. Well, I know
Wayne, your number one movie.
Star Wars, dude. Hands down.
Adam, yours.
Actually, it'll be Empire Strikes Back.
I don't know that I have one anymore. I used to.
Yours is to sew an American quilt. Shut up.
You know what? That was so funny that
We're all over Winona Ryder.
I mean, I have like certain movies that used to be my favorite. Like, you know, at one point, either A New Hope or Return of the Jedi. Yes, I know Empire Strikes Back is the one that everyone says is the best one, and I understand it. But for me as a kid, I think Return of the Jedi was the one that I enjoyed the most.
That's because the one you remember the most.
No, I remember all of them from beginning to end, but whatever.
I mean, like as a kid though,
that was
probably the first one you got to see in the theater.
I didn't see any in the theater. I was too young.
Oh, shut up! You saw them all in the theater. Hey, look, Hannibal. Oh no, he's still there. All right.
Yeah, he's still there.
I'm here.
All right, just checking.
Garden State was my favorite at one point.
Wow.
Avengers might be my current favorite movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. That movie
I can explain it. And it's funny because you're going to see Guardians of the Galaxy tonight, hopefully. And I was thinking about Guardians of the Galaxy in terms of what it means to me. And so I started thinking, well, when X-Men came out in X2, those were the movies that I've been waiting my whole life to see. And then there's certain movies following from that.
Right.
Iron Man, Avengers, and each time one of these, Spider-Man, each time one of these movies came out, it was like, I never thought in my life I'd see these movies.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I've reached the plateau with Guardians of the Galaxy, because Guardians of the Galaxy, I've been a fan of that, variations on that property since I was 13 years old.
Right.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well,
the version of it that's in the movie hasn't. The version of it in the movie was created in 2006, 2005 roughly. But the Guardians of the Galaxy concept has been around since the 70s. Like it's
right, I was going to say, look, I have a ton of Guardians of the Galaxies from the 70s. I'll give you half of them the next time I'm in New Orleans.
I'll take them.
I do. Like, I got a bunch of the 70s Guardians of the Galaxies, the Inhumans. I got a bunch of old, and it's funny because when I first heard they were making, I stopped reading comics aggressively reading comics in 1996, 1997, something like that. And I remember the exact moment. I can tell you exactly when it happened. It was right around the original birth of the 2099 Marvel series, and it was when Peter Parker became Ben Reilly. That was when I was because at that time, I'm in high school and comic books were $2.50, $3, a comic. And it was at that time, there were 4 different Spider-Man comics out. It was the Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, the Friendly Neighborhood Web Slinger. And then there was one that was just called Spider-Man. And it's every week I'm shelling out it's costing me more money to eat.
Yeah, cause that's beer money, man.
Yeah, it was costing me just way too much. And at that point, when it was Spider-Man really cloned Ben Reilly, I said, okay, I'm done. Fuck this.
Don't lie, man.
That was actually, 97 was the time I originally got out of comics.
Don't lie, man. You discovered titties at that time, and that's why you were like, I'm done.
Hannibal saw his first boob.
No, man, I had discovered titties way before then, and it was it's way cheaper to see comics than it is to see titties. So it was just.
But then they started raising the price on you, so you were like, well, titties are looking a lot better.
I discovered titties with Coming to America and DC Cab.
Nice.
Really?
My titty exposure was Porky's.
Oh, well, you know what?
Oh, okay.
Because you got a little bush in that one too.
Yes, you did. That's also where my glory hole fetish comes from.
I can't even remember the first time.
That was definitely the first time I'd ever experienced I'd ever heard about a glory hole was Porky's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that made it mainstream, that movie.
Yeah.
Well, just to finish my thought real quick though, Guardians of the Galaxy is a movie that if you told me 2.5 years ago before they announced they were doing it, that was going to come out, I would have laughed in your face and slapped you for saying stupid things.
Well, you kind of did when they first came out. You were like, "This is going to be a terrible fucking movie."
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
Go listen back to one of our shows. You said, "I think this was going to be a flop." That's exactly what you said.
I might have said that I don't see this catching on with audiences. I didn't say it would be a terrible movie.
You said
because I actually agreed with you on it and said
I was the only one
stupid.
I had a hard time believing that audiences would pick this up, but that's not the same as saying it would be a terrible movie.
And I was like,
there's plenty of movies that I like that people don't pick up.
Hannibal, what would you, if you were to foresee a new superhero movie, what do you think would be a blockbuster hit?
Okay, so you're gonna laugh.
Okay.
Alpha Flight. I think they should make an Alpha Flight movie. I think Canada's top superhero team needs their own movie.
Yeah,
I can see that.
They could interact. They can have Wolverine come in.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? That would probably have to be a Fox movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because Alpha Flight's one of these weird comic book properties that just somehow ends up being mixed in with another property. It's basically an X-Men title.
Right.
Because at some point in the 90s, actually it might have been the late 80s, Marvel was like, we keep trying to make Alpha Flight work, and nobody's buying it whether it's good or not. Let's just point out that half of them are mutants, and we'll just make it a de facto X-Men team. And people bought it for a while.
Yeah, then they threw I forget what his name is when he came out of the closet.
North Star?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that issue.
I have it too.
Of course
whatever.
you do.
It didn't bother.
What does that
mean?
Queer!
Yeah,
Anyway,
stop being gay! You bought a comic book where a man came out. You're gay, boy. Gay.
I don't know. You know what trips me out about that? Like, this is what I love about, or what I hate about our
gays.
Yes, I do. What I hate about modern culture. When North Star came out, that was the first openly gay superhero. That was 1995, I want to say. And it was kind of a big deal, but it wasn't a big deal, you know, like people were like, oh, well, all right, so there's a gay superhero, whatever. Now, anytime somebody comes out as gay in a comic, people or Kiss,
world shattering.
They're like, oh my God, we have to put all the media attention on this. It's a brand new thing. Comics are finally being accepting of whatever. And people, I mean, look, I know culturally we have leagues to go. And whether it's race relations, sexual relations, you know, gender relations, whatever you want to call them. But I don't think things were as bad in my childhood as people make it out to be. And I don't think things are as fucked up as they try to make it out
now because people are pushing all this.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's so much in the media that it's making people, it's making people sexist, it's making people racist, it's making people hate each other because it's in your fucking face so much.
Yeah, if it wasn't in your face so much, no one really gave a shit.
Right. It's like I didn't give a fuck who was.
I mean, because you're giving people a platform to like or dislike. So if you're throwing, it's like pick A or B. That's what they're given. They're like, I'm gonna pick B. I'm gonna pick A. So you're giving them. It's like, oh well, half the people like this and the other half like this. Who the fuck cares? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, just be what you be and be happy and fuck everything else.
A guy or two.
And don't you don't have to be overly this or overly that. Just fucking get along and shut the fuck up. It's a short life.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. I actually have a great, so when sometimes when I'm at Phillips Arena, I'll, we might run out of, Crown, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll just fill up all the Crown bottles with Canadian Club and then just sell it. I don't tell anybody I'm doing it. I just do it.
Nobody gives a shit.
Nobody cares. Like if I ever had somebody drink it and be like, oh, this tastes funny, it's gay, then I'd be like, oh, you know what? I tried to pull a North Star. I'm sorry. You called me. But it's just like, but nobody's ever said anything about it. Nobody.
No, most people that when they're at places like that, they're like, they're ordering Crown because someone's beside them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're not ordering Crown for themselves. They're ordering Crown because people are around.
I think people buy Crown because they want a bag to put their marbles in.
That's it. They want a bag for the D&D dice. That's all they want.
That is.
Rum Guy got all excited about that.
That's because I got a Crown bag full of D&D dice.
So Hannibal,
my production partner always says that he feels like American Idol was the worst thing that happened to our culture because it made everybody think that their opinion mattered, and it doesn't. Like a lot of people's opinions, like, hey man, nobody cares what you think. Like, it's like, oh, but I pay tax. I don't care. No,
I think
actually, I gotta disagree with that. I think the worst thing ever put into society was The Real World from MTV.
Oh yeah.
Because that spawned reality television.
Yeah.
What I think about American Idol.
But that didn't popularize it. It was like,
it
did around for a while. When did it get to the point where it was like this thing that was like thrust in our face all the time where it was just
Survivor.
Right. Hannibal's saying that, it was popular, but it didn't make it a thing where everyone was doing it.
No, it's definitely Survivor is what spawned the fucking, like, reality TV craze.
Actually, what really did it was the writer's strike.
Well, yeah, I understand that. Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, show-wise, popularity for Survivor.
I don't know. I really feel The Real World was the first quote-unquote reality TV show that really made the concept for those writers to come up with the other shows.
It was certainly one of them, but it didn't. It took like another 10 years before it became where everyone was doing it.
You have to look at it this way, Rum. If you didn't have cable, you didn't get to see Real World. But if you didn't have cable, you could still watch Survivor.
Well, look at it like this, okay? When phonographs were invented, there was like 8 people with phonographs and a bunch of old assholes who were like,
no.
Jesus Christ. There was a bunch of old assholes who were like, that shit's never going to catch on. Nobody's going to want to listen to music where somebody doesn't come to your house and play a fiddle in front of you.
That's just the same thing with
Well, just think about this. That's the same thing that Fender faced when he created the electric guitar.
Right, or any kind of music.
So Hannibal,
I would love if somebody came to my house and played a fiddle for me right now. That actually would be awesome.
That'd be badass.
Rum?
What?
Yeah.
Do you know how to play the fiddle?
No, actually, I don't know how to play the fiddle.
Because I was going to say the fiddle.
I always wanted to learn to play the fiddle, but I would make a deal with the devil.
Look, you can come over to my house and fiddle with my balls if you want.
No, I don't have that type of. I don't have that type of time to drive down there, and I wouldn't waste my 5 minutes.
Well, all I need is 5 minutes. It don't matter.
Well, that's
because
ladies, you heard it first.
That's your soft, tender hand.
I like that the Rum Guy gave you that kind of endurance.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'll come over and jerk you off.
I was trying to be nice. 5 minutes.
That other Rum Guy wasn't going to put that much effort into jerking you off.
It takes 3 minutes to get around mine.
Well, he was going to put it in his mouth. That's why.
I was going to put it because then why would I do that?
Hannibal ain't never coming on this show.
Look, I was just thinking to myself, like, I think ball fiddling should be like a new Olympic sport. Like, we could get rid of.
curling.
Could get rid of it. Yeah, I don't mind curling. I don't mind Olympic sweeping. Because I think more women need to be inspired to be like, you can get a gold medal in this shit, baby. Okay. Like you could, for real, like, can we get Olympic vacuuming and just call it something else?
You know what? I would agree with you about curling, but I've seen the movie Men with Brooms, and the problem is I've seen how seriously they take that shit in Canada, and
it's
I can't
hardcore.
sign on with that. I cannot, they like, when these people fucking play curling. And by the way, they don't actually curl shit, so I don't understand what the fuck. It's like big ass marbles. It's marbles and brooms. Okay, yeah. I'd play marbles and brooms if you told me that. Curling makes it sound like I gotta lift shit.
Well, that's what it came from, because the weights that they throw, those marble weights that they throw, actually used to be used for lifting. So thus curling, and they throw them now. Yeah. That's like factual shit right there, man. Bam.
When I first heard that, I was like, what the hell is curling? I thought it was a weightlifting sport. Mm-hmm. And then when they told me no, then the next thing, like I told you, the first thing I thought was somebody fixing somebody's hair. Mm-hmm. And I'm going, that's an Olympic sport? Curling?
Curling.
You know the official food of curling, right?
Curly fries.
Nice.
God damn it, that's what he was going with too. You son of a bitch.
Nice. I like that. I like that you just alley-ooped it towards the rim. You didn't care who caught it just now. That was awesome.
What is it? Curly fries. Bam.
So Hannibal, what you're known for on the little show is
being naked.
I am naked often on the little show.
So yeah,
that is a fact.
You just made our guests really uncomfortable.
I know, I did it on purpose.
But at least it's good to know that you do that to men and women.
I do. I make all. People.
Hannibal, he hasn't proposed to you. That's how you know you have a penis.
Hannibal, will you marry me?
No.
All right. Well, hey, I just put it out there. Whatever. Fuck it.
But what you're known for on the show is What's Eating Hannibal.
Oh Lord. I have some pretty epic rants from time to time. My favorite one, the most memorable one, is I went off on New Yorkers for a while. I really do despise New Yorkers. There's a video on Facebook right now of like this puppet from New York talking to tourists about how not to be all touristy in New York. And it's so god awful to me. It's just like, I
agree with you totally. I have friends that have moved to New York, and it's weird because my problem with New York's a wonderful city. It's the people.
Yeah.
And you meet people and they move to New York, and it's like fucking a zombie infection. Like, they get infected within a few weeks. And all of a sudden they're talking to you like you don't know shit because you're not from this one city.
From New York, right? And that's the thing about New Yorkers that bothers the dog shit out of me. No matter where you're from and no matter what conversation you're having, at some point in a conversation with a New Yorker, you can say something that they disagree with, and they be like, "You don't know, you're not from New York." It's like, what? Like, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. And mind you, like, I work with a lot of rappers, so of course, there's a lot of New Yorkers that cross my path. And then when they start talking to me about music, it's like, well, you don't know. I'm from New York. I know. I'm like, that doesn't make you an authority on everything because you're a New Yorker. Like, you know, anyway. I'm sorry.
I agree with that.
Well, there's also that whole idea that it's the greatest city on earth. And I'm like, what is your, how do you define greatest? Like,
it's the same way with your movie.
It's great self-promotion for a city is what it is.
Like, how is Dumb and Dumber the best movie ever? You know?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that bugs me about people that make the declarations like that. They cannot qualify why.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is the greatest city on earth. Why? It's New York.
What makes it great?
I don't understand. Well, I can explain to you, like, anytime I like a movie, no matter how bad a movie is, like, I can tell you why I enjoyed Transformers, whatever the fuck the last name was. I can tell you why. Even if that's a shitty movie, I can tell you why. But what drives me crazy is when people have strong opinions, but they don't have any explanation for why they have that opinion.
Right.
Look, I've
always hated the because defense. You know what I'm saying? Well, why? Because. Because isn't an answer. It's not a reason. It's just because. You know.
I lived in New York for a little while.
Of course you did.
I ran into quite a bit of the famous New York attitude, like you were talking about. The reason, well, you know, it's New York. Yeah, it's New York. Whatever. But it really is just a city full of people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. So they're looking a lot of times to grab onto one thing, and it's, well, I'm from New York. You know, that's all that it is. I mean, the building I lived in sucked. It's way too expensive. Sure, the people are nice at times, but everybody's trying way too hard in New York. It's like the East Coast Hollywood. Everybody's trying way too hard. And if they would just relax, you know, and I think a lot of it has the two things that New York's got, Broadway and Wall Street. If those two things weren't there, it would be fucking Columbus, Ohio.
By the way, they also have a place called Battery Park.
Whatever. Fucking Battery Park.
I'm just saying.
But did you know if Washington D.C. fell, you know where the next capital of the United States would be?
St. Louis.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
This took a weird turn. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Either.
If there's any other,
I want to see where he's going with this. This has got a real national treasury kind of feel to it. I want to see.
If New York fell due to terrorist strike or anything, the whole financial division of the world would move to the West Coast. So how are they the greatest? To me, greatest targets.
They took down the Twin Towers like 13 years ago.
Down Wall Street.
But why?
That's where they should have taken down. They should have taken down Wall Street. If they would have taken down the stock exchange,
they couldn't have taken down Wall Street because The Dark Knight Rises hadn't come out yet, so Bane hadn't shown them the proper way to dismantle Wall Street.
Right, man. If they would have just waited and watched a movie instead of read a fucking book.
Well, you know that is what the government did though. When that shit happened, they went and got a bunch of directors of fucked up movies like James Cameron and Quentin Tarantino and Michael Bay, especially Michael Bay, and asked them if you were going to take down, like, you know, America, how would you do it? And to me, that's when this country lost their mind. When the government basically says, we don't know what the fuck we're doing, let's go get Michael Bay to tell us how to blow shit up.
Yeah, I mean, all these great movies somehow end up in New York City. Yeah. You know, when you're watching a great action movie or something, it's like, you know, it's in New York. It's, you know, they end up in New York. The bomb's headed to New York City. Why?
Yeah, why
blow something else up?
I blame Stan Lee.
You know, if they weren't so focused on like New York City, they could be taking out Seattle, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, Ohio.
You don't have to name every state, Rum.
I'm just saying they could take out multiple targets, except they would just overly cripple.
No, dude, New York's.
I got
Hannibal. Have you had your Nicolas Cage moment yet?
I haven't. I'm torn with Nicolas Cage. I think Nicolas Cage is just. He's just got to just be like, you know what? I don't want this role. That's all he's got to do is just say, you know what? I don't want to do this. That's all he's got to do. I don't want to do this.
He must wake up every morning and wish he paid his taxes.
Yeah, all he's got to do is just say no to something once in a while. Well, like, you know what? This is a bad idea and I don't want to do it.
Well, you know, he's contractually obligated to do all those shitty movies, right? Because he was like Wesley Snipes. He didn't pay his taxes, and I think a film company bailed him out. That's why he had to do so many shitty movies. Yeah, I don't remember the exact circumstances, but no, I bet he wishes he paid his taxes by now.
That is actually kind of badass. You know what? You just gave me a great business model for the future. Like, I'm gonna find all of these celebrities that didn't pay their taxes, bail them out, and then make them work for me forever. I am going to become an entertainment dictator because of Buck Lightning. That is awesome.
All right, let's get Carrot Top on the phone.
He's number one.
And Pauly Shore.
Well, we could do Carrot Top's sequel to Chairman of the Board.
Oh my God, I saw 5 minutes of that the other day. Holy shit, that might be the worst movie of all time.
No, that is the greatest movie of all time.
Oh, fuck you. I'm gonna kick you out of your own house. Fuck that. That movie is so bad. I used to like his act when I was 12.
Who?
Carrot Top? Yeah, when I was 12, I thought he was funny. As I got old, I was like, well, I don't know if he was funny when I was 12 or if I was too stupid to realize he's not funny.
A little bit of both.
Or if he's gotten worse over the years because he has not changed his act. That movie, I can't quantify.
You can't even say anything about it.
It's so bad.
Does anybody find it creepy that Shaun White kind of looks like Carrot Top?
A little bit.
Yeah, Shaun White very much looks like Carrot Top.
I think it's weird.
Not anymore though, because
Carrot Top looks like Bane.
No, Carrot Top kind of reminds me of like some fucking transsexual in between surgeries.
Well, you know, that reminds me of my favorite thing about Carrot Top. This is supposedly 100% fact.
His dicks and titties.
No.
Okay.
Carrot Top refuses to have sex unless it's 2 women at a time. Well, if he does a show and a woman who's like the finest woman you've ever seen in your life comes up to him and says, I want to fuck your brains out, he will respond, do you have a sister or a friend? And if the answer is no, move on.
No, wait a minute. Now, I need to just quantify this for 1 second. Do both chicks have to be hot, or does it just have to be 2 chicks? Because if it's
I don't know that.
Like, if it's like a paraplegic grandmother in the corner, you know what I'm saying? Do they both have to actively be involved?
I would assume they both have to be involved. I don't necessarily think they both have to be hot.
Well,
I just find it fascinating. Huh?
Paraplegic grandmother?
I like that. That's so going to be the name of this show. Hannibal the Bee Animal and the Paraplegic Grandmother.
If you think about it, she's the last one that's going to be able to get away. I mean, shit.
I guess she'd act like ballast.
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking. Me and my girl had this long conversation about cheating last night, and we were talking about what counts and what doesn't count. And I had asked her, I said, so if I was saying that, she was saying that if we were watching, have you guys ever seen Chosen before? It just got canceled on FX.
I want to see it because we're actually friends with one of the guys who worked on it, but I never got around to it. I missed almost the entire season of Archer this past year.
Yeah, it's the best. It's by far my favorite of all the canceled animated shows. I used to think there was another one that used to come on
Strip Color?
No, I think it was Unsupervised.
Yeah,
used to come on FX, but no, Chosen is hilarious. But there's like this scene where like this guy is like these 2 girls ask this guy like, hey, we want to have sex and we want you to watch. And he asked Siri if that was cheating, and Siri was like, I don't understand the question. He's like, oh, good enough for me. And then he goes and watches have sex. And then my girl paused it and she was like, just so you know, that's cheating. And I'm like, how is that cheating if I'm just watching? And she's like, well, you can't watch 2 people have sex. And I was like, she was like, basically, if somebody's having sex and I'm in the room, then I'm cheating on her for being in the room, even if I'm non-participatory. And
how
I'm
does that
like,
work
that's
with
not
porn.
Right, but see, porn, she's like, it doesn't count because you're watching the porn through the screen. So it's not, like, if I was in the room while they were filming said porn, she would have an issue with it. But if I'm watching porn post-recorded.
That seems arbitrary.
So basically, the logic to me dictates that if you're staring at people having sex through glass, it's okay.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wear glasses.
That's what she said. That's exactly what
Hannibal,
she said.
I got a counter argument for you to go back to her with.
Okay.
If you're watching people have sex, but you don't come, that is not cheating. Like, if all I'm doing...
Well, what are the odds of that?
Well, you've never not... You've never not ejaculated when people have been naked in front of you? I'm just saying,
I just go everywhere, man. You don't want to sit in my house.
Fuck, you already have. I'm never going to your house again. I'm not moving to Savannah. No, I'm just saying. If you
bottle luminol on a black light,
it can't be cheating because otherwise you're just looking at naked bodies. And look, I've looked at documentaries where people were naked. I've looked in JCPenney's catalogs. Well, okay, it might not have been JCPenney's catalog.
More like Fredericks of Hollywood, right?
Wait, though. I mean, Hannibal, honestly, if she's going to say that you're cheating and these two people are in the room, you might as well join in.
Right, that's what I was saying. And my argument was, if there was a... Hello? Am I still there?
Yeah, you're here, man.
Okay. I swear to God, I thought the phone just dropped the call again. But I was going to say, I said to her, if there was a paraplegic grandmother, right, that was naked in the room, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, I threw out all these crazy scenarios, and I'm like, this can't all be cheating. Like, say I'm in a room, and I'm wearing all white, and then two other people come in the room having sex, and they don't notice me because I'm wearing a white mask, I'm wearing a Court of Owls mask, and I'm wearing all white in a white room, and they just don't see me. And then they're fucking. It's like, I don't think that should count as cheating because I didn't like walk into the room I didn't wear the white with the intention of watching them have sex. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
you're going with the accidental voyeur thing.
Yeah, it was just the accident. Like, I didn't mean to do. Like, what do you want me to cover my eyes and run out the nearest window? I'm not going to do that.
Like eyes wide shut and shit. You know,
you watch a lot of movies. I mean, what if you're in the theater and some dude just starts like fingering his girlfriend? It happens. Sometimes a dude just goes knuckle deep. Is that cheating? Just because you happen to be next to the dude? Just because you happen to smell her, like really, because she's really fucking funky down there? Is that cheating?
I guess on a like a aromatherapy type level, it could be cheating. I mean, if you're smelling why are we even going there?
Therapy.
Why are we even going into this conversation?
I would look if you could bottle that shit. I'd sell it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Here, really? Have the scent of pussy.
Pussy. Yeah, that's right. When you go into the gas stations and selling the incense sticks, it's called pussy.
Yeah, no, they have the little spray bottles you spray in your car.
Look, I mean, you probably all met like this before, but I have a story that I cannot share on Radio DCP because it's family friendly. But when I was in the college program, our sister room, like with the girls,
yes,
one of their roommates, her pussy was so fucking funky that as soon as
it was so funky.
Look, we would open the door. She would be in her room with the door closed. We would open the door to their apartment. As soon as your nose hit the fucking door frame, it was like being hit in the face with fucking musky, humid pussy smell.
No.
So she had like
shit you not.
She had like pussy pyorrhea.
We called her stank pussy.
Stank pussy?
This girl, and one time...
Was she a big girl?
She was a fair size. Mm-hmm. One time she fucking like bled on this fucking sofa. We
just to do it, or was there a reason?
I think she was just dripping, and we could not whisk that shit out. Okay,
he said whisk. He tried to whisk it out.
Well, they didn't have OxyClean back then. This
used whisk.
It was like fucking 56 degrees outside, but as soon as you went in, you had to take off a jacket because her pussy lit up the room.
You had to take the jacket off because you were smelly.
That's a shame, man. You go through life with your shit smelling like that. That's awful.
Man, damn.
By the way, this girl was also a prostitute. She used to turn.
Well, there you go. There you go. See, that's what you got to lead with in this story. You got to be like.
I forgot until I started thinking about it. She used to turn tricks. They used to have and it was very specific. It was all the African exchange students, like literally African, not black, African. They would call up their apartment and be like, "Hello, is Amy there? My way." And her roommates would be like, "No, bitch left. Fucking stop calling."
I need that.
I don't know.
On my cell phone. I need that every time somebody texts my phone. I need that exact soundbite just now. I need that exactly. I need that specifically. That's just, well, see, that's what you got to lead with in this story. It's just like, yeah. So I used to live next to this prostitute who only had sex with smelly Africans, and then because at that point,
no, the Africans were clean. It was her that was fucking smelly.
And when they left, it was smelly.
Well, you know, to everybody, I mean, you can go into like sporting goods stores and buy scents of, you know, like pheromone scents. I mean, I guess that works.
Sporty goods stores?
Yeah, like Bass Pro and Gander Mountain and places like that. You can buy like.
Go get like fox urine and spray it on you?
Fox urine.
That's gonna be Lady Gaga's new identity.
Yeah, fox urine.
Yeah, no, I got a shit. That's the thing. I got a shitload of fucked up stories from the college program, but I there's so many that, like, as I get older, I just forget more and more. But we had some.
Well, that's what happens. I mean, it's called Alzheimer's.
Rum knows very well.
I work with them, and I'm friends with one, aren't I, Wayne?
Yeah.
Anyway,
what?
Well, Hannibal, I gotta tell you, like, I love your, you know, what's eating Hannibal moments, specifically because, you know, we have a segment that we've been doing since the start of the show called Adams Quit Being a Pussy.
Yep, pretty much.
But the problem is that
there's too much
about I drive for a living, and by the time, like, cause I'll have something like, I'm fucking fired up and I want to talk about, I can't wait till we do the show tonight. I'm going to fucking talk, I'll fuck that bitch. I just want to go off. But by the time I get here, I've been thinking about it in my head all day as I've been driving, cause, driving's a very mindless thing to do. You know, you're on autopilot. So you're just thinking about the same shit over and over again. By the time I get here, it's kind of not a rant. It's just me talking about shit that kind of bugged me earlier in the day.
Yeah, he's like, this is Adam's, don't be a pussy. Yeah, you know, they had this lady who cut me off. She sucked.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I admire the fact that you can hold on to your being upset.
Oh yeah, man. I as things happen to me on a day-to-day basis, I'll just save them in my phone and be like, oh man, this is gonna be a great rant for the show. And I just store them up for a while and just be like, oh man, I can't wait to talk about these fucking shitty foreign people at Microsoft, and then just and just get ready to go, man. I just got them saved up. Like I got like 5 or 10 that I haven't touched on yet. So I'm actually gonna be introducing a new segment on the show this Sunday.
Oh, cool.
So, it ought to be cool. And I don't know exactly what I'm gonna call it yet, but the segment, the basis of the segment is, I work with this girl, Phyllis Serena, and she's really fat. During the Microsoft event, she ended up, her water broke, and she said, oh shit, we had to rush her to the hospital. She's having a baby. And I didn't know she was pregnant because she's fat. And I was like, so the question, you know, the segment is going to be how to ask rude questions. Like, what's the most polite way to ask fucked up questions? Like, how do you ask a fat person if they're pregnant?
I have a story about that.
What's the polite way to do that?
Look,
I don't think there really is a
polite
way.
When I was 18,
just poke them with a stick.
Yeah, but then you still got to be the guy that, well, one, you got to always have a stick. And then 2, you gotta be the guy walking around poking people with a stick.
Dude, I always have a stick.
Look, when I was 18, I worked in this restaurant. It was my first job. And we had this chick, I don't even remember her name, but she was probably like 28, 30, something like that. And she was fat. One day we were sitting at the bar before, the business started taking off, because it was like 5, you get there at 5, shit don't really start happening until 6:37 on a Friday night. And we were talking, and she's like, yeah, I'm going on maternity leave, like, soon. And I looked at her and I was like, oh, you're pregnant? And she was like, yeah. And there was this just real awkward silence where we both realized, and I just thought
you don't just fat. Say that.
Wait. I'm sorry. I got a better pregnancy story. This shit apparently has happened to me a few times in life. When I started college, I was really attracted to this kind of hippie chick. And, you know that they had that song, The Hippie Shakes? I thought it was called the hippie shay, so I used to refer to girls that were kind of hippies as like, oh, she's got a hippie shay. Because I didn't understand the fucking song. And there was this girl I used to, tell people, yeah, there's this really cute chick with the hippie shay. And one day we were walking back from English class. It's my first semester. I was probably like just a couple weeks in. And I was like, look, you want to go out and get some dinner sometime? And she stops. She looks at me. She's like, you realize I'm pregnant, right? And I looked down, and she had a little bit of a belly. And I was like, no, I did not realize this.
What's that got to do with her eating food? I assume she'd be more hungry.
Well, she had a boyfriend, but...
Oh, right, because with white people, you got to think about that. Like, with black girls, it's like she could be pregnant and still...
Why you got to be racist? Why are you assuming she's white? I mean, she was, but why you got to assume...
I wasn't, when you said, you had me at hippie, that's what it was. Like, I know there's black hippies. They are. They're there, but it's like, black...
Really?
I think they call them sluts in your community, but, what?
Yeah. But there's definitely, there's like the real deal, like black hippies, new age movement, buy all this shit at Whole Foods, I don't believe in preservatives. Like, what's funny to me about hippies is like, hippies or the hippies I know, as I said, the hippies are like super particular about what foods they ingest. Like, oh, I won't eat this because it's murder, I won't eat that because it's got preservatives, this is that. But then you bring them to a music festival and they will consume any drug anybody gives them. Like, It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where it comes from. It's just like, hey, here you go. Like, I don't hate hippies like Cartman from South Park, but I definitely feel some kind of way about them.
I've grown to dislike, just because there's so much bullshit. Like,
I don't like the new age hippie thing. I think that's stupid.
And this, you know what? This is a good time for me to bring up, like, real quickly, my little theory. Like, whenever I see people online talking about, like, the new age hippie kind of thing, where it's telling you to save the planet and all that, and you got to recycle. And don't get me wrong, I agree with recycling. I like recycling. But if you want to save the planet,
don't count, though. This
is how you save the planet. Don't fucking buy your little shitty ass Prius. Don't fucking, like, solar panels. Fuck all that. If you want to save the planet, don't have fucking kids. Go out and adopt a child, raise that child to be a responsible human being, give them an education, teach them to fucking wear a condom. Or
basically recycle people.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
there you
within 2 generations, you will have saved the planet far more than fucking putting Coke cans in a recycle bin.
I don't know.
Brought to you by Captain Planet.
I wish we had a modest applause button so we could play that now. Because that was an awesome rant. That was a good job. I appreciate it. I might steal your rant for one of my later rants.
I mean, they've been trying to do it for years.
At the rate that Monty and the Mongoose have been actually recording shows, it's going to take you 27 years to get 12 in.
Yeah, and we're so close to 200 too. So it's just like, oh man, I really want to get to that 200 show because I already got the theme for the show. I want to do the worst fan bases of all time. And people just all across the board that have the worst fans, what I'm saying, whether they're Twilight fans, Laker fans, fucking, whatever. It's just the worst fan bases, the worst groups of people to become fans of anything. And I'm gonna have, and I want to have 1,000 guests on that show, where we can sit down and talk about the worst fans.
I like that.
History.
Well, you know what? I want y'all to do 200 because I want y'all to get to show 300 because at show 300, Monty is gonna wear what is it? A Spartan gear. He's gonna show up with a shield, with the kilt, with the whole like a little like sheet covering his dick. Yeah, I'm like, look, you do it all the time.
You gave that a lot of thought. I'm kind of disturbed right now.
Yeah, he's thinking about Monty's dick as he's poking at mine.
I'm not poking yours.
Well, whatever.
I don't have tweezers. Anyway. But I want y'all to get to 300 because you know that shit's going to happen.
It definitely. See, now I want to get to 300 just so we could all just be in 300.
Oh, yeah. Look, I'll put it out here right now. If we get to 300, I'll do it. Fuck.
You're almost there now.
I know, right? Let's do it.
You're wearing a sheet?
Let's do it. I'm wearing a sheet. That's right.
What are you, the New Year's Eve baby?
I am.
No. They're white sheets. Anyway.
What are you, in a clan? What?
Oh, yeah. You know me. Got my hood and everything.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You're a ghost. Do you got little eyes cut out? You going boo?
I'm going boo.
Boo, motherfucker, boo.
Boo.
Anyway. How long have we been recording?
I don't know, a couple
hour
hours.
and a half.
Time flies by when you're talking to Hannibal.
That's it.
Oh, we love talking to Hannibal. That's why we, as long as your phone stays connected.
That's right. Yeah. Look, I got the system worked out now, so I'm all good. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I think whenever my screen went black, like you know how the backlight will go out on your phone sometimes, like the screensaver or whatever. Yeah. It's like whenever that happens, my phone would just disconnect Skype. They're just like, oh, okay, well you're not on Skype no more. I'm like, hey, how'd you make that decision? You don't ask me on the phone.
Oh shit. That's fucking perfect.
Hannibal.
Jesus Christ.
Hannibal.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Right, the irony of that
you
is not
take off
lost.
your tinfoil hat. What the
The
fuck?
irony and the timing of that is not lost on me.
Well,
I have an app on my phone. It's called the Battery Doctor, and it's like when I hooked up the car charger to. So I'm sitting. Just so you guys know, I'm sitting outside of a Barnes and Nobles next to the movie theater, so I could steal their Wi-Fi, so I could get on Skype, so I could do. No, because look, Skype eats up my data plan, alright? So I gotta look. So I'm doing all this so I could be on the show because I said I would do it, and Hannibal's a man of his word. If he says he's gonna do something, then he's gonna do it.
Right.
Well, look,
so it's just,
why don't you give us some, cause we're gonna go ahead and end it. Why don't you give us some links, tell people where to find the bastards, and
of course your little show.
Yeah. So it's, let me promote Monty and the Mongoose's little show first, because if it wasn't for their opportunities, I wouldn't be on the show with you fine guys right now. It's very awesome. It's good. Like, 'cause we're friends on Facebook, so now we get to talk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Outside of our show, you guys, I can be on your show now too, and it's awesome. And since I'm the most dynamic member of Monty and the Mongoose's little show, it's only right.
That's true. And look, when I was on your show, I promised you that I would help you get your name on the title.
That's right.
Okay, because I think it should be Hannibal the Beat Animal's Big Show.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Hannibal's Big Show one of these days. Like, it's going to happen. I got to get everything just right for it. Like, I want to get a bunch of guests on, and just it's gonna be like the Eric Andre show on Adult Swim. Like, it's gonna be like it's gonna be random and asinine. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what we specialize in.
So it's gonna be great. Now I'm gonna try to power us to the 200 episode. We might even have to do weekly shows, so that way I can get to 200. And I want you guys to be on the 200 show, so we can talk about the shitty fan bases of all time. I definitely think people that believe that Star Wars, Phantom Menace, 1, 2, and 3 are better than 4, 5, and 6. Those are some of the worst fans of all time, and that's just one of the many shitty fan bases that I want to call out on the 200th show. So. Anyway, my name is Hannibal the Beat Animal. I am a part of Monty and the Mongoose's little show. My name is not in the title, but fuck those guys. It's okay. No, all right, all jokes aside, we actually had a conversation once where Monty and the Mongoose was like, hey, we think we ought to change the show to something else, so your name could be in the title, or we could just call the show something else. And I was like, no, I love that the show is called Monty and the Mongoose's Little Show. You know what I'm saying? And then people was like, oh, you're on the show, but why is your name not in the title? I think that's awesome, because then it forces people to just keep talking about it. So I like running gags. You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
It's good.
Speaking of which, if any of, I don't know how big you guys' fan base is, but if anybody from Seth MacFarlane's team is listening to the show, when we go live with this, when he posts it, I think they should bring back the newspaper gag from American Dad in the intro. I think they should bring that back.
If anyone from Seth MacFarlane's team is listening, Seth MacFarlane is the biggest hack in Hollywood.
He is. Like that, there's an episode coming up of, The Simpsons merged with
Family Guy, yeah.
Right. And, I think a lot of that's gonna get addressed, and like how much The Simpsons has influenced, Family Guy. So I want to see. But anyway, Hannibal the Beat Animal. I'm from, Monty and the Mongoose's little show. We broadcast on FZ-99.com and Blog Talk Radio. Our show comes on like when we do broadcast, which is like once in a every like whenever Mayweather fights, that's when we broadcast the show. So but it's like we broadcast on Sundays 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time, 3 to 5 Central time, and we're just three guys that like talking about movies, comic books, toys, and video games. We never stay on topic. And we have such esteemed listeners as Michael Bay, Paul W.S. Anderson, Brett Ratner. Pretty much all the shitty directors in Hollywood really love our show. And they take on some of the shows that we talk about. I actually got one, we came up with a great formula for shitty movies. All you have to do is take any natural disaster and then mix that with any and there's your movie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pitching Porcuquake. Where it's like happens and porcupines come up from the streets of California and attack people. So porky-quake.
I don't know. Torrential puma sounds like gay porn.
Torrential puma, yeah.
It does sound like gay porn. It does.
Punami, right?
Punami.
Yeah.
That sounds like some shit Rum would come up with, to be honest.
That sounds like a toilet went crazy. It's a punami.
But then look, if you take the punami and the Sharknado, you know what I'm saying? You could do a thing where it's like yeah, it's like a bunch of, like, I don't really know how you would justify having like a bunch of pumas in a tsunami, but if you could find a way to get the punami and the Sharknado, then you would have like the perfect, that'd be like, if that ever came on, like
Punami versus Sharknado.
That's it. Punami versus Sharknado on Sci-Fi, I would fucking watch that. I would watch it.
I would too.
I would find them on Facebook and friend them.
Yep. Yeah, look, starring Kevin Sorbo, starring Lorenzo Lamas.
Don't forget Carrot Top.
Yeah.
Rothrock.
Oh yes.
Oh my God! Did y'all see that they came up? They finally did that. Like it's not by Sylvester Stallone, but they did that Expendables female thing.
No.
Oh yeah, fucking Brigitte Nielsen's in it. Cynthia Rothrock. They look beat up.
Really?
Yeah, it's from that company that does shit like Transmorphers and shit.
Yeah.
I can't think of their name. Like, but the company that does knockoffs.
Yeah.
They look. Google the trailer. I can't think of what the name of it is. But,
it's like Expendabellas or something like that.
No, that was the rumor. No, it ends up being called something like not bounty hunters, but like something like that. Like
I want to get a bunch of fat guys.
Just Google Cynthia Rothrock and
Expandable.
Yeah.
Starring
everybody's in jeggings.
Oh, like Hannibal's going again.
John Goodman.
All right, as soon as he comes back on, we gotta end this.
Yeah, I mean we're going hard.
That's fucking funny. Expandables, dude.
Y'all keep going on a different topic. I'm like, is this ending?
All right, Hannibal. Let's so fz-99.com is where you can find Monty and the Mongoose Little Show.
Or you can find us on Blog Talk Radio. And I'm a music producer. I actually produced this song called Heart of the City Who Dat for the Saints the year that the Saints won the Super Bowl. Actually, we actually just talked to some people at Comcast about them playing the song on TV for commercials during the Saints preseason game. So,
cool. That's awesome.
That's pretty cool. I mean, now if they want to pay us, that'd be even better.
And what about the band?
Has that ever worked before, writing the senator? Okay. I want to.
Oh, you sent them hookers.
And just see how. Oh, there you go. Send them to Vegas. There we go. On Bourbon Street, the Sheffield Tour Highway, Airline Highway. I don't know why I'm going so far east. We could just go to Airline Highway. That's even closer. The band that I manage and produce is called The Bastards. You can find them on Twitter.com, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, /MFN Bastards. Everything for them is MFN Bastards. So it's SoundCloud.com/MFN Bastards. And Bastards is BASTERDS. So you can find them SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. It's all MFN Bastards, MFN Bastards. They're an awesome group. We got a bunch of cool videos. If you search Masterpiece Theater Transformers, you'll find our Transformers videos. Got like 1 million hits on YouTube. So it's a pretty cool group. Last thing I'm going to say before I get off the phone. First off, I'm so glad you guys had me on the show. It was awesome hanging out with y'all. Even though my phone hung up a baker's dozen times. But, you know, it was very cool being on the show. You know, the irony is I probably could have took my mask off since we're not on Skype. But I so, hindsight, I should have thought about that.
But then you wouldn't have been authentic, so.
It wouldn't be me. So, the last thing I'm going to say is, so one of the members of the Bastards, her name is Live Action Anime. She just got out of the hospital. She's been in the hospital for 2.5 months. She went in thinking, she had a mild fever, went to the doctor sent her to the emergency room, and come to find out she had a very rare bronchial infection, and they kept her in intensive care for 2.5 months.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. She's also, for anybody who wants to know, she's also the girl that sings the chorus on Heart of the City Who Dat. So, you know, it's like so if if you don't know who the Bastards are, or if you've never heard the Bastards music, she's also, for any Saints fan, she's also the girl who sings the chorus on Heart of the City. Her name is Kaniqua Stewart, and she just got out the hospital. She just relocated, from Atlanta, Georgia to Alexandria, Louisiana to kind of, finish up her rehab, so she can get her muscle weight back, and just because she got to learn to walk again. They had to do a tracheotomy and all this crazy shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, she's better now. But what we've done is we've created me and my production partners created a GoFundMe, for her, just to kind of help her and her family get her money up, and just help her with medical costs and the cost of rehabilitation and stuff like that. So if anybody's interested in donating anything, you can go to GoFundMe.com/support LA, support like you would support something, and LA like the city LA. So anybody can go to GoFundMe.com/support LA. We have a page set up we weren't really asking for a lot of money, and we've already gotten more than we expected to. Her birthday is next Tuesday, so I'm hoping to have, a little something that we can give her next week and just say, hey, we did something for you. There's a real cool video that we have on YouTube that anybody can check out. It's posted all over Facebook, and you can find it on the GoFundMe page. Cool. And,
so definitely everybody go check this out because that's important.
Yeah. And Hannibal, send us the link on Facebook so we can put it on our website and shit too.
I sure will, guys. And like I said before, thanks for having me on. I know I can run my mouth. And for the record, if anybody's ever met Hannibal to Beat Animal, or rather if you've never met Hannibal to Beat Animal before, and somebody says to you, oh yeah, I met Hannibal, he was real quiet, he didn't really say much, they're full of shit. Okay? They're lying. They just they've never met me before, and I fucking run my mouth. So.
Well, Hannibal,
there you go. Listen to Hannibal.
Okay. Well, guys, it's been fun hanging out with y'all. I'm going to find the nearest theater, which is literally 40 feet away, and go see Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sounds good. All right. Well, I was your host, Wayne.
I'm Adam.
He was the Rum Guy. And thanks again, Hannibal, for coming on the show, dude.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Enjoy the movie, and we'll see you later.
My name is Optimus Prime. We are autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron. But you can call us Autobots for short.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, here you go. The Cybertron dawn. Jaws of life. I'm so high, Bumblebee yellow, latest Camaro, Ricky smiling on you youngins, These little Darryls be looking at me funny like servers in Cracker Barrel, bringing death to these haters and raise them in life apparel. So don't transform or you may need bone marrow transplant. USC me, Coach Carroll, see how can another level. Can't give you nothing but truth, cause the word is in me like I ate some alphabet soup. I'm living proof you can win if you hold on to the real. Look what I done without a deal, all because of what Mr. and Mrs. Harper and Steele. Groupie chicks want my balls on their nose like a seal. But it's a new leak, turned over, heated seats, Range Rover, Jay-Z ain't my hover, no the one true son. Spit them fish and them loafers, give me loafers out the Kroger's and reupholster the new sofas. I am here.
Hey, bastards. Masterpiece. Theater. Hey, bastards. We are more than meets the eye.
In the midst of a world like this, gotta give it up for the world I miss. Take chances, live for the future. Take a look at what your life is. Stand and fight for the power, for your life gets devoured. Put our heart in this battle, take what is rightfully ours. It ain't meteor showers, it's the help that we needed. Now we're saving the world, so they're pledging allegiance. Leadership in the mind of a king, so we're leading these legions. How the hell we so sick, but depleting diseases. JOL is so ill, hell they enemy too. Put the logo on blast, smashing the brand that they knew. When your life is at stake, just enough when I cut it. If you typically hate it, then you must learn to just love it. Put your mind to the task at hand, think you will lose, you will lose. Think you'll win, then you'll win. It's a choice you must choose. Now that we have succeeded, and my mind is at ease. Place my hand on my chest, I can finally breathe.
You already know your guardian, Bumblebee. We are here looking following movie is rated R.
Oh, yo, my fault, baby. Yo, easy. That's my fam, though. That's my fam. See, niggas, nowhere.
From the producers of Mayhem.
What?
Blast Off.
MFN?
Hands down.
Yo, I gotta forgive, baby. I'm about to black out.
In association with the studio responsible for Mike and Life, The Inglorious Project, and DNA.
Drugs, I see you, baby.
What happens when 5 of the world's most feared beasts join forces with 3 of the Earth's most diabolical deviants?
Get the fuck out of here.
Can civilization survive the epic merger of 2 audio powerhouses?
I don't think
Will
so.
life as we know it ever be the same? The 5.
Yeah.
The Bastards.
Yes.
8 Savages.
Yes.
9 Tracks. Monster Beast Theater.
Come on, man. I'm trying to be cool with you. Hey, man, be quiet.
My fault, people. You want quiet? Then quiet you shall have. Never come in the Greenbrier again.